Okay, now we are live. I'll do. All right, that was kind of cool
That's pretty
though.
awesome.
Yeah, so awesome. We're live. We are here. We're live. Here's the pre-launch to the premiere, and I'm so excited. Are you excited, David?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for you. All the hard work that you put in, and now it's time to kind of show everybody what you've been working on, man. So I'm excited for you.
Dude, yeah. But like I've been saying this whole time too, is you are a huge part of this, man. Like every step along the way, you brought this to life, and so it's fascinating because I was just telling my wife April, and I've shared a few with a few others too. Like, this was just literally in my head, just like, okay, I have an idea, kind of what I'm thinking about, and then you listen and you're like, boom, you're able to do this, and it's like, whoa. So
Oh man,
it's just
it's
really awesome.
it's been really cool, man. Just even trying to bring it to life for you. I learned a lot too. Just kind of learning to bring that vision to life. But man, it has been so cool. Just thinking, what maybe how long has it been? A couple of months. A couple of months ago, we kind of started talking about it, and
But
then yeah, and then as the pieces kind of came together, and we started building different parts of the show. Man, it was exciting. It was really cool.
yeah, it's funny. It's 2 months ago or so, but it's just gone by so quick. It's gone
I
by
know.
super quick, and so I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out as far as how I can see who's in. That's what I'm kind of looking at right now.
Gotcha.
But it seems to be working. Like it's on Facebook, good.
I'll share it out to you.
All right. We have three watchers right now. My mom's actually in here. Hey, mom.
Hi, Josh's mom.
So, mom, this is David right here. This is the editor producer behind the show. This is what brought this all to life, and I can't wait to premiere it, man. I just can't wait. We have a great first episode. Um, what was your favorite thing about the episode? Like, just we might as well just kind of talk about it a little bit. What was your favorite part of
Yeah,
this episode?
you know what? I was actually, excuse me, I was actually just talking about it a couple of minutes ago because I got off a conference call for one of the projects that I'm working on, the short film,
Yeah.
and I was so taken aback with just like the storyline is just so moving. And I was telling one of the other producers that I needed that too. And what's cool is kind of I'm seeing all the footage and the raw footage and putting it together, but listening to DeAndre's story and listening to just it was just so motivational and so inspiring. So, and I was listening to it one sentence at a time as I'm like cutting up the video, and so it was very moving. And I think the story of him kind of carrying on his dad's legacy, oh man, that was like towards the end of that one, my eyes were watering. I think once it was 100% done and I played it back for the first time,
Yeah.
oh man, I didn't realize I'd get so emotional watching it. So I think I needed that at this time. I needed something motivating and something that kind of that no matter what you're going through in life, no matter how difficult things are, you can always make a choice to decide on how you're going to step into that situation and then how you're going to walk away from it and what you've learned from that situation. So his story, I know for me personally hit home. And then so I was just like felt privileged to watch that, before everyone else gets to see it. So it was very
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah, it's a really good story. You know, he's so inspirational in what he's doing, and just to see him, you know, and all that he's doing is just really inspirational. And I'm just so excited to be able to, you know, what's cool is we're able to show people this, you know, like
Yep.
to put this on display and say, hey, check out what this guy's doing in his story. Because he's got a lot to say. I think a lot of people can learn a lot of things, so many things, you know, throughout that whole story. You know, I don't want to give too
Yep.
much away because it's
I know. I was trying.
so,
I was trying not to do the same thing. But I mean,
but
how do you feel? How do you feel, man? Like now, because you got to see all this stuff too before anyone else. What was your first, thought when you saw it completed? Like, what was? How
oh
did you
man,
feel?
blown away, like blown away, like I said, it's like seeing your what's in your head in reality. It's so weird. It's like, and the fact that you're able to do this, you know, from a Zoom conversation is just blew me away. You know, it took all my everything I expected, and it just like went it just and then some. You know, it was just amazing. And so what you're
Yeah.
able to do, and again, kudos to you. What you're able to do. Everyone, if you're just joining, we have David Lucaba on live with
Hey
us,
guys.
and he's editor producer behind the show. And please go ahead if you're in, comment so I can see the comments, and then we can kind of engage and answer questions, or I can say hi to you, and just kind of keep the comments going. But yeah, Dave just totally blew me away with it, and I'm like, that's when I saw the first clip. And I think the first thing you showed me was it was either the intro or it was the transition clip. I can't remember
Uh,
which one.
Slideshow. Yeah.
But I remember, and I showed it to April, my wife, and it was just like, wow, like this is something here. Okay, we got something. Like, so
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, like what a blessing to have you. Um, my mom says hi, by the way.
Oh, hi mom. But man, it's been such a cool journey, and even for me on the editor side, like I had to figure out like how to bring it to life too. I think that was, because like we had talked, we've seen a lot of stuff out there. We actually did our homework together. I took a look at some of the other shows out there, and excuse me, and try to figure out how to do something different. And so that was a huge challenge. And once we figured it out, I think we had something. So
Yeah, no,
sorry.
absolutely.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
choking right now. I'm so
absolutely.
excited. I'm choking.
Yeah, no, I mean you're absolutely right. And so, and we'll kind of get as we go on through this live, we'll kind of get into more of that stuff. Everyone, so everyone, if you're tuning in right now, we're premiering this show here on YouTube, Mind Shift with Joshua Kangley, and it's a real great show, guys. I'm so excited about it. 6 p.m. tonight, we're premiering it. Right now is just kind of the pre-launch. We're just kind of talking about some things, share some background, probably share some, you know, who am I, who's David, how did this all come together, the hopes for the show, and what to expect down the line. So just some really cool things. I am going to be giving away some things during this live. So just so you know, every 20 minutes or so, we'll kind of give some prizes away. So we'll do a few things. I have some books here that I want to give away. This one here, if you can see.
Nice.
I want to give that one. I have two of these. So two of these to give away, and I have this book here that I want to give away too. Okay, during this live, if you can see. Okay.
Awesome. Awesome.
Also, I'm on a mission. We are on a mission to get 100 subscribers. So if you've already subscribed, first and foremost, thank you so much. But if you haven't yet, you have a chance to win an Echo Dot. So the first 100, you'll be put in a giveaway to win an Echo Dot, and you'll be able to pick your color that you want. So yeah, some giveaways here, some fun stuff, just kind of say thank you for coming along this journey with us, because it has been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a learning journey, and growth. I mean, it's very, very like more than I expected. And I think that's what happens when you really go for something. I think that's what happens when you really go for something. You connect with someone who's kind of on the same wavelength or the same mission and vision. It's amazing what you can do. Like it's amazing what you can do and get done. So So hopefully that's also another testament, another mind shift that everyone can kind of take away from this. What do
Absolutely.
you think
I think,
about that, David? What do you?
yeah, well, I think you're exactly right. I think there were so many moments where I knew we were onto something because we were stepping outside our own boxes to figure out how to make this happen. How do we create a show that's different? And this is the first show that I've been a part of that's different from my own stuff. So that was a challenge in itself, really trying to figure out how to bring your vision to life. But I think we both decided early on that we were just gonna kind of push it to the max and see what we can do, even with just simple Zoom footage. How can we, bring this to life, and really, how do we bring their stories to life too? And I think that was probably the biggest learning curve for me. Is like, how do I bring the footage into how share the story for them? How do I bring in different elements of the show to kind of showcase our guests that were on there? And I think that was a huge shift for me too, to figure out how do we really do this at a level that I've never done before, and to elevate this show for Josh. And so I was willing to take on the task, man. Some days were difficult. I think I told you one day when I was trying to figure out how to do the slideshow, it took me like 9 hours to figure out how to do it effectively to what I wanted it to look like for you. And so that's just the learning curve. When you want something bad enough and you're willing to learn and grow, that's when magical things are going to happen. And I think it's been something that both you and I have gone through the last couple of months. So
Yeah, 100% agree. I mean, and that's one thing that you've done. So, and you know this too as a podcaster. So, like both me and you into podcasting, we're doing our audio. Well, you actually even did do video too. Um,
towards the end, yeah.
yeah, you did. Yep. And so, but this is another thing that's been so cool about what you've been able to do, because you talked about this just now, where you're able to bring life to the guests more, to their stories to life. And it's something you can do on video that you just can't do necessarily, with audio. You can to a certain extent, but with video, there's just so much more you can do to really get the feel of the story and the emotion behind it. And wow, like I said,
Right.
when I watched that full version of DeAndre's episode, I was like, wow, like even elements you added that I didn't see before that made sense with it. I was like, wow, like that really added a whole other element that I just didn't even think about, and brought it all together. Brought it all together.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear, man. I'm glad to hear that you're excited. I felt the same way. It's like, how do you tell their story in this format to really share their story? And so that was something I had to, like, behind the scenes, figure out how do I structure that? How do I come up with the elements to kind of do that? And so that's part of the learning curve too. So I'm beyond blessed to be a part of this with you, man. And we're on this journey together. I think the coolest thing about it is there was days where, like, what do we do? Like, what should we do? Which direction should we go in? And so those were all the cool conversations that were
Yeah,
kind of happening leading up to this for the last couple of months, and just learning to kind of pivot through it and still figure out a way, and you know bring it to life.
yeah. I'm getting a little bit of feedback where so your mic, you sound great. They're saying that I sound a little bit muffled. So I don't know
Muffled.
what. Yes, my audio is not the best. Is what I'm hearing from some people here. Um, Let me try something.
Like I always told Josh, there's always technical difficulties on live streams. I've been doing live streams for probably the last year, and I can't think of one that I didn't have some type of technical issue. So it's gonna happen. Um, but I'm glad to be here, guys. I'm glad to get to meet you guys, and I'm really excited for you guys to see what we've been working on and what Josh has been working on. And I hope you guys are so proud of him, man, because I know I'm proud of him. So bringing this to life and just gonna crush it. So I'm excited for him.
Thanks, David. Thank you. So I'm just kind of playing around with this and hopefully get the mic working okay. Can you guys tell me if this sounds better? Rose, hi Rose. Okay, so hi Rose. Hi, Mom. April's watching as well. So we got a lot of family watching. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Tell me if this sounds any better at all.
Josh, you might even want to try looking in StreamYard and see if it connected your audio. Check the mic, the cam mic little wheel, and
Okay.
just see if it's, because it might just be picking up your computer versus your microphone.
Okay, guys, tell me how this sounds. Can you tell me if I'm sounding a little bit better right now? What do you guys think of this? Got some audio issues. Yeah, it's funny too. You did say that. You're like, without a doubt, something is gonna happen. Something's gonna go. So,
It's all right, man. It happens all the time.
but that's one of the things that I've, okay, so it's still not sounding any better. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, how about this? How does this sound? Testing, 1, 2, 3.
It sounds good to me, but it's probably because we're connected in StreamYard, so I'm not sure how the feed's going out, but it sounds pretty good.
Okay. Kind of see what this sounds like. Sorry about the audio issue. What I was saying is, let me know how this sounds. One of the things that I've learned from you, David, is the importance of audio. Like the importance of audio. It sounds the same, she said. This was sounding good too before I got on. Sorry about the audio issues, guys. Let me see what I can do. Yeah, in the settings in StreamYard it is looking good.
It looks like it's connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens, man. Can you guys at least hear him, even if it's clear? Well, I just heard the echo.
How does this sound? Is it sounding? I mean, does it sound okay? Do you think I can make this work for now, or do you think this is not going to work?
Let's see if I can. We can still hear you, Josh. It sounds a little muffled, but you can still make out what you're saying. So I think you're good, man. It just happens sometimes with the live streams and all. It's I think it's fine, man.
Okay.
But like you were saying about audio, I think that's huge, and I think we talked about that in the beginning. How with video you got to make sure that your audio's on point, and you can have a great looking video, but if the audio is really rough, then sometimes it's really difficult for people to kind of tune into it. So
yeah, absolutely, and that's what I was just going to say is the audio is super important, and the lighting too, audio and lighting,
right,
important. And so I've learned a lot of things in this process as well. And so I'm sorry about the audio right now, guys. We'll get this fixed. Hasn't been an issue, so but I do apologize. That's sounding a little bit muffled right now. But we'll press on. We'll get through it. We'll keep rocking.
I see the comment. Where is your technical support team?
Right.
He's on vacation right now. He's on vacation.
On vacation. No, thank you guys for tuning in. This is just something that I'm so excited about. David's excited about it too. And like I was saying before, it's just the connection. It's so connection. And it's amazing what you can do when you're aligned. That's what I was getting at. It's amazing what you can do. Like this show literally came to life, just with us working together, bouncing off ideas. And man, I just can't say thank you enough for all you've done and to bring the show to life. It's just it
No
couldn't have been
problem.
done without you, and just what you're able to do. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for this show to
I'm
drop.
I'm excited because you're excited, man. It's like we were talking the other day, man. It's been nothing but amazing working with you, bringing the show together, and I love that we've kind of both grown over the last couple of years. We met a couple of years ago, and then to be able, like you said, collaborate and bring something together and kind of have that synergy. And it just feels cool being part of something and bringing something to life that I think is really gonna help people, motivate people, share some good light on some amazing people that you've been interviewing. And it's just cool, man. I can't say even just enough thank you for allowing me to do that and to take the responsibility of bringing it, because I was a little unsure too if I could bring this Zoom call to life the way that we did. So
Yeah,
it's
like you said too, like because you're doing a lot of research. Like I was on YouTube researching, like just checking different people out, what they're doing, what I liked about their show, different elements, and just the back and forth, showing you. And the end result, man, we have, and like you said, we probably will pivot down the line to again keep honing in on our craft, keep
mhm.
provide making sure the content is relevant and the best it can be. But right, this product that we have is amazing. The show is amazing, and it does with highlighting the guests and what they have to offer. Um, as far as mind shift, as far as what we can learn from them, to take away from them, and yeah, it's just been a very exciting journey. I cannot wait. I really can't wait. So, guys,
That's awesome.
remember, so we're at 23 minutes in here. We got some technical difficulties, but uh, but I want to give away a book. So, if who's ever watching right now, can you please hashtag Mind Shift with Josh? Go ahead in the comments, Mind Shift with Josh, and we're going to pick one of you to win this book right here. Now, this book is a collaboration. It's a collaboration of a lot of authors, and again, it's stories of people going for their dreams. So it's a lot of alignment with what we're doing here on the show. But I was co-author of this book, and lots of great authors in this book, and lots of great stories in this book. So I want to give this to somebody. Just go ahead and comment hashtag Mindset with Josh, and that will get that to you. We'll have some more down the line in this show here as we lead up to the premiere. And also remember giving away the Echo Dot. So the first 100 subscribers to the channel entered into a giveaway to win an Echo Dot, the color vision.
Do they know, Josh, why you're trying to get to the 100? Do they know why?
Maybe you don't. I did mention this on a previous live, but the reason why, guys, and this is why I'm doing this, I'm trying to motivate you and incentivize this because what I want to do is 100. Because at 100, basically what happens is within YouTube, I'm able to specify my channel tag, right? My URL,
Yep. Yep.
which makes me more easily found in YouTube. So that
Yeah.
will make me so happy, benefit the show because then people will be able to find the show much easier. It's
Yeah.
just going to propel the show that much better. So that's why I'm doing it with your support. And again, thank you for all those who've already subscribed. I mean, we just launched this out. We just started it up, and we have like I think 41 subscribers. So
Yeah.
if
That's awesome.
really interested in the show, thank you so much for those subscribers. And you will be entered into win that Equidot. So there's still more. If you have a chance to win, if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe. I will put the link in the comments. So you can go there.
Oh, just to kind of add one more thing to the 100. What it will do, just from coming from the YouTube kind of world, what it'll do is it'll allow Josh to create youtube.com/mindshift with Josh. Like it'll allow him to create that. So once you hit that 100, that's why it's really important. That way he can kind of take that little domain, and then it's easier to search for him. So, and you're almost there, man. You're almost halfway there already, which is amazing. You haven't even released one video, one full video yet, and so you're already halfway there. So that's amazing, man.
Awesome. I'm trying to look at YouTube, the stream to see if we have anyone there, and Facebook too. Cool. Yeah, I'm so excited. I did reach out to DeAndre, so hopefully he will be here at some point too to pop in and say hi. And I know he's really excited too for it. I just can't wait. It's such a great episode. This first one too, is such a good one. And what a way to start out the show. What a way to start the show with a great guest, a great story, a great mind shift, and kind of going to be what the future holds for the whole show is just really great content, really great shows.
Hey Josh, what I know I've probably asked this and maybe I haven't, but what led you to kind of transition from the podcast to wanting to go to video? Like what led to that?
That's a good question, and I'm glad you brought that up too. What really sparked it, okay, was someone reached out to me with a network idea for Roku, and he was going to start a network there. He was looking for people with shows, people with content to have shows on the network, and so I never thought of it before then. I never really thought of it. I was just happy doing my podcast, I'm kind of comfortable there,
Yeah.
But then I was like, wow, okay. So that's about the same time me and you connected. I think and I'm not even exactly sure how or why. Maybe it was to be a guest on the podcast. But
I don't remember. I don't
anyway,
remember either.
Yeah.
It was just fate. It
It really was. It seemed like it just all fell into place. But that's the reason. And so I was trying to get this content started for this show, with the intent of releasing it on Roku. But for the life of me, I can't even really remember now either, David. But how it all transpired, really. But that's really the reason why I sparked the transition to video, was because with the intent of providing the content for that network.
Yeah.
Turns out, though, of course, we had COVID. Of course, he got really sick, and then I didn't hear from him for such a long time. Meanwhile,
That's right. I do remember that.
Show. We're just working at this show, we're just cranking the show out, doing amazing things. And then but then as it got closer to the deadline, finally he did reach out. He's like, okay, here's the contract. There you go. So I looked at it. I'm like, well, looking at it, it wasn't what I thought it was necessarily going to be, or what I was expecting. And what it meant is less control, basically, of my show. And that's when we kind of had some conversations back and forth. And, again, thanks for being supportive, and thanks for advice and helping me along through this, because we just made the decision, like, you know what, we'll have more control this way. And that way we can make and ensure that we will be able to release the content in our way, how we feel fit,
Yeah.
That's at the end of the day why we chose to do this. So yeah, I turned it down. I didn't go through with it. It'd be interesting to see what's going on with that now, but and that's not to say something down the line might happen, but right now, this is great where we're at right now with the YouTube family. And that's kind of awesome. A long story, form, but that's what happened. Otherwise, I probably, that's the funny thing too. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have started this. Isn't that interesting too?
There's something about, and this is for everyone that's watching this. There's something about, you look at what's happening right now, and it's a scary time, and I won't get too deep into that, but if you can take this time and create something that can help somebody, I mean, that's just what we need. Like, we need that right now. So it just goes back to Josh, man. I know it's been hard work, and I know you're juggling all this stuff, but if you have passion for something, then you can bring it to life. And that's exactly what this show, and just even me watching and editing, that's what I take away, because it motivates me. I think every single episode has motivated me in some way. Then if you can do it now during this time, then there should be no reason why you can't, shift and to do whatever you want to do, or chase whatever dream you want to, man. And you're like the living example of that right now, of how you can create that. And so that's been cool, man. It's so
Yeah,
cool, man.
it's so true. Like there is something about that, you know. There is something about when you're dead set on something, or when you're passionate about something, or when you have an idea, and like I said, you're in alignment, and you got a team around you, you got people around you who support and are on the same mission. It's just really amazing what you can do. And like I said, if you wouldn't have reached out to me, and I never would have thought about any of this at all. Never would have thought about any of this. I would have kept on with the audio podcast stream, because I was into season 4 with it, and so again, there we can talk about that too. But yeah, I would have just been doing that, and so there's something about it. There's really something about it, and you're
Yeah.
juggling it too, because you're working on some pretty awesome films right now, your own personal projects, and
Yep.
you're juggling this as well, and we're both, we're just making it happen, even throughout
Yeah.
all
Uh, that's what I'm saying.
this
That's
crazy times.
that's what I'm saying. If you want it bad enough, you will find a way. And
Yeah,
so I think we're both in the same boat. Yeah, I'm even right before this, I was on a conference call for this film. And so it's like, if you want it bad enough, you just got to find a way to make things happen. And is it easy? No. Is it exhausting? Yes. Is there nights you don't sleep? Yes. And so but if you commit to yourself, and I'm telling you, this is going to be the underlying theme for every single guest, has gone through this same exact situation where they had to make a choice, and they chose to follow their passion. And so it's like, you just have to take the leap sometimes and do it. And I
yeah,
think we've found a way to make it happen, even over Zoom. I mean, we built this whole entire show, every aspect of this show, over Zoom calls, which is just
yeah.
amazing. That was a huge learning curve in itself, figuring out how to do that. But it's possible. It just shows you it's possible to do things and create through Zoom calls. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. Like you think about it, it's from Zoom. It's from a simple Zoom that we do every single day. I'm sure a lot of us are doing Zoom all the time now. Like even your conference calls,
Yep.
we're just doing Zoom, and to be able to make a show that is a legit show. People have asked, "Is this on TV?" People have asked, like they've been the feedback has been amazing of the
That's
few
awesome.
clips that we're trying to release. It's been amazing, and so that just goes to show you, like, wow, what you can really, really do with talent, skill, and passion, and purpose behind it. It's just really, I can't say enough how excited I am for this. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Passion is the key to everything. If you have passion, it's gonna be the thing that keeps you motivated when you hit the walls and you have rough days, or the days that you want to give up. It's the passion that keeps you kind of grinding it out. And so, man, it's been a journey. It's been a journey for sure.
yeah. It feels really great because, like you said, we are living examples of that. We're living examples of our own mind shift, and to have a show like this during this time, I think is important. I think you said this earlier. It's so important, like even now more than ever, for a show like this to be out there. So I'm just pumped about it. Just really, really pumped, and more so for the guests, because to watch them and to feel good about what they've been a part of, that the fact that you are feeling good to be a part of it, and you get something taken away too from each guest, that's awesome. Like that is just what it's all about, really.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so that tells me we're on the right track. So I'm feeling pretty
Yeah,
good about it.
for sure. For sure. Does
Yeah.
anyone have any questions, or any, I don't know, questions about anything that's going on with the show behind the scenes? If you do, just put them in the comments. I know it's multi-streaming, right? It's on YouTube. I see the YouTube one right now, Facebook. So that's pretty cool, man. I've never been on a multi-stream, and I've been live streaming for a while, so that's pretty awesome. See,
Yeah,
Josh, you taught me something, so that's pretty awesome.
yeah, we got it on Facebook, YouTube, and then Periscope, which is Twitter, right?
What's that?
Periscope, is that Twitter? I think.
I'm not. I think so. I'm not sure. I've never used that one because I know you can do it on up to 3 platforms, I believe, but I'm not sure. I've never used it. I think it is Periscope for Twitter. I think.
Okay. That is just all new. So thanks, guys, for coming in and watching and tuning into the live pre-launch. We've had some little bit of audio issues on my end, so apologies for that. But, we're going to just continue rocking on. Thanks for joining us, hanging out with us. We have David Rubicaba on here. He's editor-producer of this fantastic show. If you have any questions, maybe a little bit of a spoiler alert here. Maybe, something to kind of tell you guys is David is one of the guests on the show. And he has his own awesome story, his own really cool story that he's going to share with us on the show. So, that's something to stay tuned for. That was a really good episode too, right there. I mean, that came out really good. So thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, no, it was my pleasure. I will tell you, it's a little weird editing yourself, even though I've been editing my own projects. Editing yourself on a show is kind of a little weird, but it was cool. It was really fun, and I was just glad to be a part of it, and glad to be able to bring it to life for you. That one will be cool. It's an interesting story how I got to where I'm at right now. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so that way you can check it out. It'll be cool. I promise you, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I really will be. So what was that like when you were editing it, that episode that you were in, and like how was that looking at it kind of like from a different perspective to be able to edit, how was that process? That was
it's initially it was no different than the other. I'm looking at the audio, the video. Okay, how can I cut these scenes, and how can I create these 3 different camera angles and different things like that. And actually, I think it was the first episode I edited was actually my own, and then I got the other ones after. I think I'm not sure,
right?
But I think that's what happened actually. So I was doing a lot of learning as I was actually doing my own episode on kind of like the format. But for being this is when like you're an editor or you've been in film, because I started noticing things like I don't like the way that camera is positioned in the back. I don't like, maybe I should have moved things. I could have done something different with the light. So like most of the time, that's the stuff I was looking at. Like, I should have did a better job with my own lighting. I should have done this. And so, but after like a few hours, I just kind of turned it off and then just looking at every single shot and putting it together and learning kind of like the format that we were trying to build. And so after that, I kind of forgot about it. But, I do a lot of editing my old videos anyways, and I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing because I'm just kind of cutting it together. But when we were interviewing and talking back and forth, that's what kept me focused at looking at myself the entire time and what I was doing. So it was interesting. It was definitely interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. For me, like we were talking about, for me, video was really a whole new thing as far as this whole content delivery goes, like the interviewing of guests, and from the audio podcast to kind of a video podcast. So for me, I'm still kind of getting into my groove, learning my how I connect and come off on streaming now. So that's been my challenge a little bit as far as that goes.
So I'm gonna give you guys a spoiler alert for Josh. I'm telling you, I think by episode 5, I think it's episode 4 or 5. That's when you're like you've been doing this like a champ forever, man. So you kind of got your rhythm, and you kind of got the format down. And I think even seeing like how, and it's strange because I've learned the same way doing my own projects. It's kind of like when you see the final project, you look back and you're like, I could have done some things different. So you learn from those episodes too, and you learn, okay, that looked great, that didn't. Maybe I should adjust this. Maybe things like you said, lighting, different things. each episode you kind of learn something from it, and each project you do you learn something. And so, man, I think I was telling you the other day, by I think it was episode 5 is when I noticed that it was just like Josh is on fire, on point, talking about, and it was just all smooth. And I don't think I did any edits. It's just like intro, boom, all the way through, clean, no mistake, and then go on to the interview. So it's cool watching your own evolution too as you get comfortable. Because guys, doing video and doing things like this live, it's very very nerve wracking in the beginning, and once you kind of get your footing in, you feel comfortable, and then you get to kind of like be yourself. And I think that's what I saw, that evolution where you're totally comfortable in that space, and now it's yours. Like you own this show and it's your show. And so I think that was really cool to watch, that like behind the scenes, watching that happen. I thought it was pretty awesome, man.
That's cool. That's cool. Because I remember feeling that too. I remember about that time too when I started feeling like a little bit more in control, a little bit more, of a flow. So yeah, that's about right. No, it's been really awesome, and guys, if you want to learn more about who in the heck I am and why I'm doing this show, one thing you can do is go to my website, which is www.hellomynameisjosh.com. Hellomynameisjosh.com. You can learn more about me there. You see the books behind me. I'm giving some away, actually. Now it's time for another one, actually. So we're going to go ahead and give away this one. This is one of the first books I wrote. Changed my life forever. Right here. So I'm going to give this one away. All you need to do, guys, is hashtag My Shift Show with Joshua Kangley. Or hashtag Mind Shift with Joshua Kangley. No. Hashtag Mind Shift with Josh.
There you go.
Josh. Hashtag Mind Shift with Josh. Go ahead and hashtag that in the comments, and you will get this. Okay?
Nice. Hey, Josh, I see a comment in here. This is on YouTube. From April, says he's always on fire and on point with everything he does. So proud of you, man. That's awesome.
That's so nice. That's so awesome. Thank you for that. But what? Here's the thing. We kind of talked about this too the other day about like balancing all this stuff. When you're doing, it's not easy. It's not easy. Like you got a family, and you know how it is. So having someone like April, in my world with me and the kids has been amazing, because she's been a huge supporter. She's been amazing. Like I can't even describe it. So this again probably wouldn't happen without someone like her, supporting me the whole way.
Yeah, it's important, and so yeah. Go on, Josh. Go on.
Oh no, I was just saying, like with everything that's already going on, like COVID, we're learning it. Like the kids are at home learning, and she's teaching.
I became a kindergarten teacher, man. I've never taught any child. I'm teaching my 5-year-old syllables, man. I'm like, what am I doing? It's crazy. Oh yeah.
But kudos to you too, and kudos to all the families out there right now, like stepping up their games and becoming teachers. And yeah, so that's another side of this whole thing, where it's we're all balancing something, but we're still you mentioned it, sacrifice is what you mentioned. We're making some sort of sacrifices here along the way in order to achieve our dreams. And that's what we're trying to do, is to help other people along the way, and to on our own journey as well. We're on our own journey of self-discovery and whatever that looks like for our own successes too. So it's just huge.
I think today they get to see what was it, all the hard work has led up to this. And so I gotta give my wife a shout out too, Marlena, because she's it's tough as a creator, as a content creator. It's tough to balance all that, but when you see the final result and you see like what it took to bring these things to life, and when they're finally here, it's such a cool thing to see, And so I could tell you, there's been nights where I'm like, okay, I'll be at dinner right now. I'll be right there, and it's like an hour later, I'm still editing something. So it takes a village to really support, chasing your dreams, man. And so It's cool that you have April and I have my wife Marlena that support us, and so I hope tonight they get to see like this is what
Yeah,
it's been all about, and it coming to the surface, and everyone gets to see all the sacrifice and hard work that's been put into it, that there's a reason, and
yeah,
I think people are going to enjoy it.
I think so too. Yeah, no, absolutely. Shout out to April, Marlena. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you guys do. Because it's not easy. It's like any almost anything with someone who has passion and drive. You know, to have someone like that in your corner in your life um, is just that much more important. You know, so huge thank you. Um, so I was going to ask you because I kind of brought up something kind of interesting. I was going to ask, what do your kids think? Like, because you work on some cool videos, and they're like probably all interested. What's Dad doing? What are you working on? Like, what's some of their feedback so far? Like, what are they kind of thinking? What are they about all your projects that you got going on?
I think, well, I'll tell you this in the beginning, because we kind of moved all of our family content to its own channel because my YouTube channel was kind of taking over, so we kind of separated. But I think like in the beginning, they were super excited to be a part of it, and as time went on, it was kind of like, okay, we don't want to do this anymore. But when they started seeing some of the projects, or starting to see some of um, some of the videos that I've been editing, they're like, whoa, what is this? And they're like, man, this is pretty cool. So, but it to our kids, it's normal. So it's like it doesn't have that that wow factor anymore. They're like, oh, that's a cool teaser. Like I showed them the World War II teaser with Sidney Walton, which was super cool that I got to interview. I was a cinematographer there and filmed it. So I was like super stoked and excited when it was done. And they're like, yeah, that's cool. So I was like, I guess it lost the magic, because this is the world that they see now. They'll see like when the green screens are up and we're filming, they're like, oh, you're filming today? Okay, cool. We'll keep it down. It's just become normal for them. And so it's pretty cool. But the first time, I will tell you that our little one, Maddie, this was a few years ago, the first time that he saw like a scene that had a dinosaur, or that they were flying on a dragon, because these are all the kids videos, man, they were just like, he's like, I'm on a dragon right now. He was so excited. So it's always cool. It's cool to have them be a part of it, and to see like the evolution too, and that I've gone through as a filmmaker, editor. So I'm really excited for them to see the upcoming projects where they're like, okay, oh, that's what you've been working on. Oh, I see. Because they'll see clips, or sometimes I'll grab the older ones to come take a look at. Hey, what do you think about this scene that I'm editing? And so I get feedback from them too. So, and I think in the future, as I'm finishing the short film that I'm working on, The Painted Fronds, I think I'm gonna have them help me shoot some of these scenes. And so I think that's always fun too, to get them involved. So, but for my kids, none of them have been interested in picking up a camera or like that part of it. They're just like, no thanks. I'm gonna go play Xbox. They're like, nah, I don't want to do that. So I've been itching for one of them to want to pick up a camera and start shooting and teaching them the things that I've learned. But it'll hopefully come in time.
Oh, definitely, yeah, absolutely, yeah. You're right too. Like I think. Oh, by the way, Justin is in. Justin's my brother. We got a lot of family coming up here.
Hey, Justin.
Thanks for coming in. Justin, this is David Rumkava here. He's the editor producer of the show. Justin, my brother, just entered, so thank you for coming in, Justin. Yeah,
is he the big brother or little brother?
Little
brother.
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Awesome. I have two. Well, there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us, but I mean, yeah. So, but no, it's Justin and then Jeff. So I have two younger brothers. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you for coming in, Justin. But yeah, no, I think that's the cool part is when, your kids see us doing this and that, see doing this and that, but then to have it all come together at the end, Same thing for the wives too. Like, okay, this is what you guys are doing. Okay, wow. Hopefully they get a wow and like it all is worth it. And I believe it will be like this. Like we kind of talked about this before, like it's kind of bigger than me. Like it really is. Like, and I'll be honest, this show wouldn't be what it is without your talent. So I mean, thanks.
I appreciate that.
yeah, what you're able to do again to elevate the experience and to bring the guests to life. That's what's huge. And so, and again, this is all through Zoom. And so to be able to do that is impressive. And like I said, all the feedback has been like amazing. So,
Yeah. It's like the stars align, man. They align, and then we just made
yeah,
this happen. I think
yeah,
we both learned a lot from this project. So I can't wait to see where it goes and how it eventually it'll evolve more, down the road too. So I'm excited to see where it goes and
yeah.
what's next for the show.
Yeah,
So
exactly. We're about 9 minutes to this. It's already gone by so quick on this live stream,
wow.
but yeah, we're at 9 minutes to premiere of the show, and I'm so excited, you guys. We got 9 minutes to go for the big premiere of the show. Um, does anyone have any questions? Oh, my mom asked, David, how long have you been doing this? So,
Oh, okay, cool. I can
yeah,
answer that. So
yeah,
I would say it started with me. It started with the podcast, a couple years ago. So the audio portion, kind of like what Josh was doing, that space. I started that a couple years ago, but I've always kind of been in audio for most of my life. Like I've been in that audio portion and editing, music and things like that. So I've kind of had a little bit of the background, but the video is actually the last few years, and it was a huge leap to go from audio to video. And but I would say honestly, in the last, I would say 7 to 8 months is where I really, challenged myself to get better as an editor. Started getting involved with some projects, which I talk about in my own episode. That kind of opened the door. Like I got onto some commercials for a Home Depot Fitzer commercial, and just kind of like was able to see things. And then I realized, like I had this moment where I realized I can do that. Like with my camera, with the camera behind me right here, I could shoot that, and I have shot stuff like that. And it kind of opened me up to, I think it's time to do something more than what you've been doing, like just the YouTube videos, which are fun. Don't get me wrong. I love it. That's kind of like my origin story was in YouTube. But it really challenged me to, and I have some mentors that challenged me to say, hey, you know what? You actually have some talent. You've got to do something with this. You've got to kind of take it to the next level. And whatever that was, I didn't even know at the time. But it's been a few years, but I would say definitely the last years where I kind of took everything that I've learned and started applying it to creating, film. And then with Josh's project is actually where everything I've learned from editing, I was able to bring together in one project. And so that was really exciting to see. Okay, I have learned and I have evolved in the last year, and this show is kind of like that milestone for me personally, where I was able to do not only the producing but the editing for it as well. And so it's been a like I said, it's been a journey. It wasn't something that happened overnight. It took a few years, and it's been pretty awesome. I'm excited about upcoming projects, and I'm excited about starting to shoot some more commercials for local businesses, and just get out there and start, filming a lot more. And so I hope that answers the question. Like I probably rambled on for like half of it.
oh, that was good. Thank you for that background, Dave, because yeah, you're right. I mean, even me now getting into video, it's so much to learn, and the editing process is a lot. I think once you probably get into it, but man, it's a lot and it can be overwhelming. So for you to be able to just take those skills and do what you're doing, the commercial that commercial you were doing is really awesome. I saw that. That was a
Mhm.
very good
That was
video.
fun.
And
I
tell
don't,
me,
we
was that?
I would say we still haven't even released it yet. I think we shot it. True story, guys, because I know we're running out of time here. We actually shot that commercial the end of January when all of this COVID stuff started happening. So we kind of went out there. We were out there like that last week of January going into February, and that's before all of the lockdown and all the craziness that was about to come. So that's how I'll always remember it, because we were over there like, man, it's getting bad over here too. And so we shot the commercial and then came back. And so I don't think we've released it yet. So we're kind of waiting. The restaurant is waiting for the right time to release it with all the, COVID and all that. It's been kind of put on the back burner, but I think that was fun. That was a good learning, scary experience. It was the first project that I did that was outside of my own projects, and it was a huge learning lesson for me. So
Yeah, I mean, I always see you, that sky's the limit for you, man, and into a lot more stuff. And I'm excited to see what you're getting into. So tell us more. I know we're getting down there, but tell us more about this interview you're working on with the World War veteran there.
yeah, so we actually I had a chance. I got a call. So I'm working on this World War II film called The Promise, and Chris, starring Chris Connell. And so it's actually Chris Connell's company, his production company. He called me. He said, "Hey, Sidney Walton, famous World War II veteran, touring the states, and he's in LA." This was probably about maybe 6 weeks ago, and we got a chance to interview him. And I don't have a cameraman. I don't have anything. He's like, "Would you be willing to do this?" Now, keep in mind, this is the first legit interview that I've done that I was a cinematographer alone. And so I said, "Yeah, I will take care of that." And so, yeah, no problem. And so I took one of my buddies out there, and this was done in the London Hotel in Hollywood where he was staying. And we just had a chance to talk with him and kind of talk about what he's gone through and his experience and what they're doing right now. And they're currently touring. And so that video should be released. I did a teaser for it, and I have the full interview. They should be releasing soon, because I just had a meeting with Chris Connell Productions today about releasing that teaser. So it should be, you should be able to start to see it soon.
Nice.
And that was fun, man. I felt honored to be there. This is when I was like the first time where I felt like I was involved with something way bigger than me. And being able to sit there and talk with a World War II vet, or at least me film it and to be there in there with them. I mean, that's like, I'm a huge World War II buff. That's why I'm like, I love that generation. And so it was a complete honor to be there. And so it was like I was walking on air after that for a couple of days. I thought it was so cool.
I bet. I mean, and thanks for letting me see some snippets of it. But what I was able to see, David, I mean, again, you have a great talent for bringing out emotion. Like, um, it came out very good. So good work on
Awesome.
that. Thank you for being a part of this amazing show. Yeah, my mom just said looking forward to seeing that
Oh yes, yeah. I'll let you guys know. I'll make
World
sure
War
that
II
I
video.
post in all that good stuff.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, we'll post all that stuff up. We're getting down to about 2 minutes away from premiere. Guys, I want to give out the last book. I have another book. So again, hashtag Mindshift with Josh is the hashtag. Hashtag Mindshift with Josh. Grab this book. Again, this book is a book I was involved in. Actually, fun fact here with Joe Hausman, she was on the show as well. Another amazing, inspiring person. So she put this book together. I was glad to be a part of it, and yeah, it's yours. Hashtag Mindshift with Josh in the comments, and I'll send this to you. It's a great book. A lot of cool stories in here about people going for their dreams. A lot like what David's doing, and so many more guests of the show are doing. That's what we're here for, you guys. We're here to show these stories in the way that we can with David's talent, and just how we can present these stories to you in this time right now is important to us, and we want to make sure we're bringing you the best content we can. And I'm so excited because in about 1 minute we are premiering the show, what we've been working on for a couple months, what our wife's been
Yeah.
going crazy about, what everyone's wondering, what are you doing? Posting stuff here and there, like what is this all about? What are you doing? So excited. It's about to happen here. It's about to happen. It's about to go live. And I just want to say thank you so much. First and foremost, thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of it. Thank you for the subscribers already. Thank you for watching and tuning in. Thank you to the guests.
Oh, it's starting. So it's gonna do a 2 minute countdown, and it'll start
Okay.
in about 2 minutes.
Ooh, wow. Okay, so we are in a countdown here. That is too
Holy moly, that's loud.
loud. Too loud. I don't know how to turn that off. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. Well, I think what we might do is just head off. We'll head off here,
Just
and we'll make sure that this gets off right. So thank you for tuning into the live, guys. It's time for the show. I hope you love it. I'll see you later. Thanks, David.